Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first session on generative AI and LLMs. We'll start uh, but understanding the basics of what prompts are. We'll make it interactive. Whatever questions that you have, you can just directly ask here or post it on the Zoom chat, and then I'll take it up as we talk. But the first topic that we're going to cover today, the one that the focus for today and the next session is all around how to construct and design good prompts. Just as a rule, I know it's already 11 o'clock here, but this will go on at least for an hour. So if someone's getting really late, just let me know. Message here or on the Telegram group, and we'll figure out something. Okay. Uh, okay. So this is like literally the only math slide that you're going to see in today's session. So we will focus primarily on English in today's session. Is there anyone in this who has not interacted or used ChatGPT? Anyone who has not used ChatGPT here? I can't see all of you here because I'm sharing my screen, but just unmute yourself and tell if you haven't used. Yes, I'm assuming. Is there anyone who has not used ChatGPT?
I have not used actually.
Who's this?
Grisha.
Sisha hasn't used. Okay. Okay. But you've heard of ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So 1%. So good. So at this day, currently it's so commonplace that like how we all have phone with us, we also have a ChatGPT account and we use it to do a bunch of things. ChatGPT uh, is a large language model. What exactly a large language model is something that we'll discuss later in later in the course. Next session and the session after that, we'll start giving a sneak peek. But later in the course, we will build our own large language model. So you would know how to build something like that from scratch. But for today, let's assume that there is an internet scale data, and on that we build it's built on it's just on English language, and some model has been built, some glorious fancy machine learning model has been built. Prompts are just a way to interact with that because it's on internet scale data. It's like huge, right? It's billions or trillions of parameters that are there in that particular model. We just need to find a way to interact with that particular model. That's what prompts are. It's a way for interacting with it. The way it works with it is that user provides an input, the model responds with an output, right? So think of this so like a glorious AI, not like Jarvis that comes in Iron Man, but think of something like that where you ask something and it replies with something that it understands. Now, what you ask can be a variety of things. One, you could give it instructions for it to follow and then get an answer back. Sometimes you can ask questions. So we'll figure out. We'll go later in this in today's session on what these different kinds are. But these are the various things that are possible, right? Um, so the question comes that what is a prompt, right? So let's use today's theme, which is uh, Diwali yesterday and today in all of India. In different parts of India celebrates on different dates, but let's say that one of the stories for which Diwali is celebrated is Ram comes back to Ayodhya, and that's why Diwali is celebrated. So in that spirit, let's understand what happens. Ram went to Lanka too is, say for example, I go to ChatGPT and then give something like this. Let's understand what happens here, right? I'm going to open chat. So when you open, it opens. So this is how ChatGPT works. It works. So I have a plus access. So if you're on the free plan, you're going to see something. This is how your screen will look like. But I'm going to use this on 4. You get something like this. There are menus, things that I have done in my past. All of them, or every chat is saved, and they're all on the left. But let's say that I come here, and what is the chat that I asked? Rama. went to Lanka too. And then I enter. So I asked something, and then that's it. It gives me an entire some response. It's trying to give me something. Uh, at this point in time, if you try, the answers that each one of you will get is different. I'll talk about why the answer for mine differs from you in one of the later sessions. But see, I've stopped generating it, but this is the prompt that you gave, and then it returned with an entire set of text, right? Now, you might want to understand why did we even ask something like this, right? Um, so I want to understand, for example, I want to, so this is like something. So I want to complete a sentence. It's just halfway. I just don't know. I'm probably writing some article and then I'm stuck. I just want it to be completed, right? So I want something which is more aligned to the task that I have right now. So then probably what I'm going to ask here is complete the sentence. Rama went to Lanka too. Okay. So I'm giving it a specific instruction. The first one was just a specific line, which was not too helpful. So I'm gone. And then now I'm giving a very specific instruction that go and then give a sentence. So interesting, it's learned from my previous thing. So interestingly, the previous time I tried, it went on, kept on and on and on and generate. So the next thing is complete the sentence. So now I want to do complete the sentence in less than 5 words, and less than 5 is less than 7 words. So now this will, ideally we are telling it that Rama went to Lanka to rescue Sita from Ravana. Like simple stuff that it generates, right? So what you want is something where things are very, very, very specific, right? When you craft a prompt, understand that be very specific in what you tell, because that's what you're going to expect. It's not going to understand how you're thinking. So you need to outsource your thinking to the prompts, and you have to tell exactly what all needs to be going on in the prompt to make it work, right? Now, this process is called prompt engineering, right? Which is not just asking in English, but the art and science of writing this set of natural language text that provides an input to the large language models so that we can develop and optimize the prompts. So prompt engineering is used for us to interface, build, and understand the capabilities of LLM, right? It can be used for a variety of purposes, which is what we are going to use rest of today to understand a few different applications to do, right? I want to start with understanding, telling that what is zero shot prompting, right? Let's say common example that when is the next uh, parliament next parliamentary elections happening in India. So if you ask something like this is one way to where you can go and then ask. Oh damn it! Brings everything. Is it? Okay. Next parliamentary elections date in India. It goes. It scrapes. Ah, interesting, right? So it basically it goes, it understands, it identifies, and it's able to tell what's happening, right? So this is telling that I'm not giving it any context, just based on the information that it already has. I'm asking a question, I'm expecting an answer. This is called zero shot. It means that I am not augmenting or providing any additional information. I'm only posing a very direct question to ChatGPT. Here, ChatGPT is the large language model that we are using. So it's developed by OpenAI. That's what we are using today. Later in the month, we'll start seeing other large language models also and start understanding. We'll also build our own ones. But over here, the thing to understand is we ask a specific question, and for that question, we don't provide any context, nothing. It's just a direct question, and then the answer comes. This particular way of crafting a prompt and answer is called zero shot prompting, where you're telling that I don't give it any useful information. I just ask for a question and then it's going to come. The next thing is called few shot prompting, which is also called in context learning, where for the kind of stuff that you want to do, you're going to give some example in the prompts itself, right? Here is an example, right? For example, I'm really not sure. Okay, I have to select like this, I guess. So, okay. So this is an example of, okay, I'm going to bear with me while I structure this. So this tells that this movie is hideous. It means that it's negative. This actor sucks. It's negative. Screenplay is phenomenal, positive. Now I'm telling what a lousy one, right? Now it needs to, it tells that I'm structuring it in some way where there's an input, there's an output. I'm using uh, double slash as my delimiter, but you can use, you need to use some kind of delimiter, right? So to tell this movie is hideous, this is a negative comment. This actor sucks is negative. Screenplay is phenomenal is a positive. What a lousy one. Now if you tell, expecting this should tell that it is a positive or a negative one. What do you expect?
Negative, of
Negative.
course. Like
Okay, but
again,
ChatGPT is stuck.
so what you've done is something like a classification, right?
Yeah, the sentence,
Oh, wow.
the word lousy. Okay, so it's a negative sentiment, right? So this is classification. So I don't have data. I'm just giving here as a data that comes here. And then we're going to figure out if it's correct or not, right? That's what we're going to do. Okay, so that's what few short prompting here is. So you're giving some example and then we're going to generate it, right? Okay, so then this comes to the fact on what goes in a prompt. Super important. You need to provide an instruction. So I want to, so this is like whatever, like all the prompts I wrote are terrible prompts, I'm telling you. Okay. So you, in general, you're never going to write something like this. You're going to be very prescriptive, very descriptive on what you want ChatGPT to do. You're going to give very clear instruction. You're going to give the context of why you're asking something like this so that the answers are tailored to it. You're going to give, and you're going to give some input data if you need for what you output, and an output indicator and what kind of stuff are you looking at. For example, I want to do, for example, instruction could be that I want to classify the text as positive or negative, and you can give some, this context generally means that I do some role playing. So you want to tell that you're probably an expert food classifier or movie critic, and you've seen these comments and you want to classify these as positive or negative. Maybe we'll write something like that over here. Naveen, shall we try this? Would that work? You are an expert movie critic. Like, what is the guy's name? Robert Edgar, right? You given a set of statements about movie data. So this is like an example, right? You're an expert data analyst who specializes in movie. Is Naveen still here? No.
I'm so sorry, Bhargav. Yep.
Okay. You're given a set of statements about movies. Um, these are extracted from reviews from the critic. Your job is to classify Positive, negative, or neutral. Okay. Text and we will respond
You mean neutral or neural?
neutral. Okay. And this, okay. So I'm telling this that this is what you have to do.
Is this the context, Bhargav? When you
The context is wait, for some reason ChatGPT is insanely slow today. Okay, the context here is so it's understood. Okay, wait, I'll give you an example, then I'll tell you. Okay.
okay. Why one?
Huh?
Why one?
What is one?
Uh,
No,
when you
no.
say this is one of the, why one?
His
It's
movies are
all.
wait, all his movies are awesome. Come on.
Just kidding.
His movies are the best. Next, the best things have happened to mankind after slice of bread. Okay, negative. Okay, it's a negative sentiment. Okay, so it understood positive, negative, neutral. This is still okay. Can someone tell a statement? Wait.
Bhargav, I think you can do this in GPT 3.5. It will be faster.
It's because it's 4, it's slow. No, I think the service is slow.
No, because four it is slow.
Always, is it?
For past 3 days, right? So
That's okay. We'll wait. Okay, Srisha, tell us sentence about some movie. You are now the movie critic.
Okay. I want to go with cinematography is not good.
See, now Anand Kumar will kill me tomorrow.
absolutely.
No, but Bhargav, should we give all the statements above and then it will decide if it is negative or positive?
A what?
Should we set the context first? Like
No, I've said the
initially we
context. No, I've said the context. That's what I wanted to come and tell this. Okay, good. Who asked this question?
Sirisha.
Isha, good question. Okay, somebody's awake. Good, that's a good question. Okay, every time we asked, why every question was in its silo, right? Suddenly, I'm asking a question without any context. Why does it work? Because it always takes in one session, it takes everything above and then it sends it to ChatGPT. Okay, it's always in one context. So generally, when you write ChatGPT, don't everything has to be on its separate stuff. If you're doing something for code generation, it has to be a separate. So create a new chat and then do it. If it has got something to do with a classification like this, do it as separate. If you mix, then you're going to get a very different response. Okay. So this is super important. Over here, I gave the context here. The context is you're a data analyst. I'm telling that you play the role. You're an expert data analyst. So I've given it a role. Okay. So it's doing a role playing that it's an expert data analyst. And the context is it knows how to work on movie data. And obviously it has taken a lot of movie data in its thing. So I'm giving examples on where the movie review data can look like. So I don't know more Western critics, but we can always go and add a few more, right? So that's basically biasing the engine to tell that you are a data analyst and this is how you're going to work. Then what is the instruction I'm telling you? You will be given a statement and you have to tell that you have to classify them as positive, negative, or neutral. That's all that you have to tell. You cannot go and write any other thing. If I don't if I, okay, your job is to classify. If I don't give this statement, okay, okay, let's go write this statement. I'm going to now, I'm hoping this will work. Okay. I deleted this statement and then I'm going to save the statement. Okay, so generally I in 3.5 I know how it works. In 4 I don't know. 4 might still be very pointed them as positive, negative, or neutral, but in 3.5 it might just go and then add reasoning on why it feels like this, and it'll tell a whole story around Karan Johar. Okay, let's wait for.
So before answering, does it read everything from the top to the bottom?
I'm sorry. Come, VC.
No, before answering your prompts, does it interpret everything in that session from all the way from the top to the bottom?
It does. So every
So which means hypothetically, if I
Mhm.
had a contradictory context, I
Mhm.
say somewhere else that you are a lousy data analyst.
Mhm.
How would it behave in such?
Oh, the recent one. The recent one is the right one. So,
Oh,
so if
okay.
you do a contradictory one, the recent one now becomes the new truth.
Oh,
So it
okay.
goes in
All right.
order, right? So the previous ones are gone. So that's a good yeah. That is one way of how yeah, like these problems were identified like a year ago and then solved. This was one way in which what we call as prompt injection. So I can inject contradictory statements and make the LLMs work in a very weird way. So when it came, that's how security researchers were trying to break it down. So these kind of problems surfaced. Now there are newer ways of hacking it. Okay, so this is what happened, right? So so if I didn't, so if when so now you know that this gave like a huge, it went and then gave a whole bunch of statements. Now you might tell it gave me an answer, right? But my goal is to use this in some other downstream process. In my downstream process, I want only that particular word, only that particular word. I want to bring some flow around it. Then having this entire statement makes a big difference, and that's why I'm here telling that I will give you a text, but you will only have to tell that if it's positive, negative, or you cannot tell anything else, right? So that's how it works in telling that this is one of the most movies. So I can keep adding it, so it knows that it will be above context, and we can go and then fix it. So always
So just to be certain,
Mhm.
so your job is to classify and I will give you a text. Are they instructions? And the context is you are an expert data analyst, is it? Is that
the role playing? Yeah. So this is the entire thing is the context. Context has multiple parts within the context. One is there is a role player here, and then role player is an expert data analyst. The context is movie critic data. So I'm telling that you can be an expert data analyst in anything, but I'm telling that you specifically specialize in movie critic data. Think of this that in the sea of data that LLMs have, the model, I'm asking it to specifically focus only on analysis of movie critic data. So it's in some way a way to bias and then ask it to go search only that part of its knowledge base and not everything else.
all right?
Okay. So role playing is important, context is important, and how do you give? And then we are giving very specific instructions, telling that you're given a statement, you need to do this. So be as prescriptive as possible.
So the four, I mean, should I call that paragraphs? Whatever it is, they're all instructions, is it? Starting from you are given a set of statements all the way up to.
This is very specific instruction I'm telling
All
that
right.
what is the job to be done, right? What is it? The
Yeah.
job is to we have to classify it. But I'm telling so we talked about it, right? That's an instruction, context, input data, output indicator. My input data is a sentence. My output data is I want a classification. What I want. That's what the instruction tells it classify the data. Input is a text, output is a classifier, context is movie critic. I mean, a prompt need not have all of it, right? But for example, when you start, uh, okay, so why do we want something like this? Because we just went to tell the Rama went to Lanka, and then also the story came. Why do we want something more detailed? Because now we are talking. This is called ChatGPT console. I can see what is happening. Now, as a human, you are obviously better than ChatGPT. You can ask and you can understand if it is correct or not. In real life setting, you're going to use this as an API, which is what we'll build after a few weeks, where we're going to call, maybe not a few weeks, maybe next week, but we're going to use APIs and we're going to call and we're going to build applications around it. At that point in time, there is no human in the loop to see what is happening, right? It's going to be automatically done. At that point in time, you need to ensure that the output that's coming is correct or not. So a good way to do is use this console as a playground, figure it out, and then once you're comfortable with it, go put this into an API. ChatGPT, this console has a restriction of 50, so I can do like everything is a query. Okay, this is one query, this is another query, so I can do 50 queries in 3 hours. And that's like a rate limit. It's like a fixed cost for a month, but you can do 50 queries in a 3-hour period. But in API, every API costs money. So the number of words that you send, we'll talk more about it in next session. It's called tokens. We'll talk about what is a token and how do you think about it. But all this costs money. It's not like and the response also costs money. Sending also costs money. Response also costs money. So you need to ensure that you're watertight about the kind of information that you send.
Query is like what you put once it gives a response, that is treated as one query, right? So that's
Correct. When you send once, that's treated as one query. So the
Oh.
number of tokens that it can, but the number of tokens, number of words you send matters because there's a price associated with it.
Bhargav, is it something like the API limits or it's on top of the API limits?
What there no the API limits work differently in can you expand your question?
So meaning, say I can make a hit to this, like I have an API limitation of 100 hits for this API, right? So
I don't exactly know what the API. Naveen, can you confirm what the API limits are on GPT-4?
GPT-4 API limits, they have two things. One is rate limit error. Per minute, you can try 200 requests. That is the current standard. So only that has a problem. Or else, like unless until you have your credits left, you can go and hit how much ever you want.
Currently,
But
the
per
default
minute, they
is
have some error.
correct. The default rate right now is so 200 requests per minute, but they also have a cap of $2,500 spend you can do in a month. If you exceed $2,500,
it's $120. If you want, you can extend to 2,500.
2,500 per month, no?
Per month, yeah.
Yeah. Per month is $2,500. That's if you want beyond that, then you need to write to OpenAI. You need to justify you
No.
need to do
The
more.
limit is $120. If you want beyond 120, you have to write the mail.
Yeah. But that's automated mail that you'll get 2,500. Beyond 2,500, again, it's very hard to spend. Like spending a lot of money on OpenAI right now is still very difficult. They handpick customers whom they allow to spend so much money. Does it make sense, Naveen? Correct?
Yes, Bhargav. Yeah. It also depends on the use case and stuff. Yeah.
Correct. Okay.
Is there any limitation on the words we pass in the instruction?
Yeah, we'll discuss that in one of the next sessions. Correct. There is a limit, but that limit is so high that you don't have to worry about it. Correct. It's basically 300 pages of text right now. So it's like you can literally throw in a mini novel and you'll still be okay. So we'll talk about all of it later. Like as of today, rate limit and these are not things that you should worry at all. These are all things that will happen. These are all problems for SRE, not for us. Oh, there is an SRE in town. Okay.
Yeah, we recently faced a problem. That's why that question popped in my mind when you said about API, Bhargav.
Yeah. Correct. As a teacher, I don't have those problems. So good. Okay, let's come back to the deck. Okay, so we talked about stuff. Okay, so we'll do some use cases. Okay, this time I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, I will share this. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. There is this is what we're going to do. Okay, so I have 7, I think 6 or 7 use cases. So each one of you will do one use case. You will share your screen, open ChatGPT, and then we will write a prompt. So we'll do this by leading by example. Now you know how to write a prompt. I will give you the use case. So you will write a prompt, and except Naveen and me, everyone else will support you in writing the prompt, and you will write, and we'll see how it goes. Okay? Sounds good? I think the only exception would be for Kayal because she's traveling. Yeah, we'll start with Srisha. You're done. Okay, you haven't used ChatGPT, so you will see a few more before we get there. We'll start with VC, man. We'll start with VC. Come on, VC.
Yeah.
Your screen, open ChatGPT.
Yes,
If you
I
haven't
have.
signed up for ChatGPT, just go sign up for ChatGPT because your name could be called any moment now. Okay, stick to 3.5. We'll do 3.5. Okay. So the task here is give a text and ask ChatGPT to generate. So pick a long form text. The task is I want like a reasonably long size, not blog post, but maybe 1 or 2 paragraphs, and then you're asking it to summarize it in 1 or 2 lines. That's what we want. Okay. So okay, like including VC when you talk. When you type talk, what you're thinking so that everyone knows.
Okay, so what I was thinking was, just
Like
thinking.
we can take the ground rules of this particular session itself as well.
No,
Like-
like extract. Go to some website, extract a long form text, and then paste it here.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
And
Give me a moment. This is a problem with. Let me. Where do I?
no, don't show
Let me
Telegram.
pick something here.
You can see only Telegram here.
All right. So let me pick this. So I'm trying to summarize.
No, go to some editorial.
Even longer, is it?
Go to an editorial. I mean, copying here will include. It's not easy to copy this, right? Go to, or maybe go to the Hindu editorial, and then
Okay.
you have access to the editorial.
Editorial. Okay, let me go to another. Give me a moment.
Oh, Wikipedia will help, right?
Yeah, wiki is fine. Yeah. Now, what do I? Okay, let's say South India, Wikipedia. All right. So here we go. Shucks. It's my personal laptop. I rarely use it, which is why I'm struggling.
This is enough.
All right.
No, I don't know if I copy. Can you make it large screen? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I should give something like an instruction like this, right? Without which.
No, you try.
Okay, let me try.
The rest of the team will help you fix it.
Turned out to be a little longer. So 20 words.
Okay.
What happens if I ask to regenerate?
Regenerate again.
This time it's much less, right?
Okay. Can you go to the prompt?
Yeah.
Okay, let's randomly start. Okay. Arun, how can we improve this? Is it good, bad? Can we improve it? Or VC has done, there is no improvement beyond it.
Come on, please.
Means like I have to improve by making the prompt better, right?
I have no
Yeah.
idea. Tell me.
Ah.
No, but what is the end objective,
Okay.
Bhargav, just to understand in this particular case?
Summarize. I just want a summarization. There's a long, like we used to have this Pressy writing in school, right? Like I have like this large blob of text. I want
Say
to
now,
create.
if it is talking about history, I just wanted to give a more context, saying like what is it I'm looking for? Is it actually from a geographical background or an historical background or some kind of a cultural background? So that is what I would
Say,
say. Like so,
okay, so something like, say, focusing on its
cultural.
no, again, but that will be very specific, right? I can't say cultural,
Ah,
or
it's a face.
maybe I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
cultural is a big
say,
area. There you can
say, let's say geography. Now that I
So,
know that I'm going to,
okay, we see. So every prompt will have the 4 components to it, right? Doesn't matter. We are talking use cases, but the prompt should have 4 components to it. It should have the instruction, it should have the context, it should have the input, it should have the output, right? Output indicator. So you can start, it doesn't tell what it should focus on, right? So you can tell that you write headline for India's largest national daily, or you're like a copywriter for India's largest national daily. Your task is to come with a headline, your editor has come with the list, and you need to, so everything, it's just always storytelling. So you have to write something like that to tell this is my context, and I want to, this tomorrow is randomly pick something. Tomorrow is World Environment Day, or tomorrow is like Diwali in South India. So I want to talk something very unique about it, create something that makes sense. The line has to be, so right, to frame something like that. Okay. No, please do now.
Okay.
How to give enter actually in between lines like previously?
Shift enter, shift enter, shift enter.
Okay, so let's say you are the, what's that word? Is it copy editor or copywriter? What's that role? Copywriter.
Copywriter is
Copywriter.
space.
Copywriter of space, is it? All right.
Yeah, sure.
Of a national daily. You need
Where?
to.
National Daily in India. Because you can also tell National Daily in New York Times is also fine.
But if I give, say, South India, if I give a paragraph, then
No, the paragraph is
fits
about South
India.
India. You have to write it. Who is the target audience? Or then you can probably tell you're a copywriter of New York Times. That's also fine.
You think that the response could be different depending on whether
It is different, yeah.
it's
You can
India
start,
or NYT?
so you can start telling, which is what I want to get to. So write and then don't submit. We'll review the prompt before we do it.
Right. Okay. Let's say at the New York Times.
You are
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay.
The New York Times, and then
No. Then you're the copywriter at the New York Times. That's it. There's no National Daily there.
oh yeah, sorry. Here a copywriter at the New York Times. You need to come up with a headline. Okay, let me put it this way. I'm going to make it simple, summarizing I'm at loss of words. Summarizing the
loss of words.
yeah, I mean
summarizing the article.
Oh, you're summarizing
The below article.
following.
what blurb is it?
Blurb.
Okay. Should I mention the number of words? I think it should, right?
You should do it. Yeah.
All right. In 20 words, let's say.
The
In less than
maximum
20 words.
Mm-hmm.
20 words. I think. Let me just save it for the moment.
Wait, don't save. It'll generate.
What would it do in that case? Just a copywriter.
No, it's because you didn't give the blurb, right? The blurb is not there. You have to copy paste the blurb again. That's okay. Do it. Okay, now copy this and then paste it.
All right.
Wait, you're a copywriter. You're given the information. You need to come with a context. You've given the role.
Mm-hmm.
You've given the
so the role here is a copywriter at the New York Times, right?
New York Times. Okay.
All right.
The role, that's a role. The context is you need to come up with a headline. You need to summarize in 20 words.
Right.
One way, one of the immediate ways where you can improve this is to tell why do you need this headline, right? Like is it targeted for the Indian audience? Is it targeted?
Yeah. I thought so. Okay. Should I? Okay. This is the headline.
Your output indicator tells that 20 words is still hanging the thin rope, right?
All right.
So
okay.
To tell that this is
for an American audience or something like that, right? Is that okay?
Yeah, for an American audience. So right. So now, okay. And
okay, American audience. Okay, question. So this can be as elaborate as possible, is it?
Yeah, this has to be as elaborate. It's like literally the instruction that you're giving it to them, right? Like if you are hiring.
No, my question is: Are we supposed to be economical with that, or no? Not with this.
When you start, first sweep fully. Then
you
cutting to figure out, right? Then you start figuring out if I reduce, will I get better or not? When you do APIs, all of these things matter. So because then words cost money. At this point in time, there is no cost doing it, right?
Little understanding of, say, South India, something like that.
Okay, done.
And should we give this also saying like this article is to make people proud about India or feel bad about India? Those sentiments also we should actually put it out here in the context, or
you're getting recorded, but this is New York Times. We know how they write about India. Let's. ChatGPT also knows this.
No, means like it's a purpose. When we talk about start with the why, right? Always the purpose. What is the purpose? Means like what is the kind or level of detail we need to give? That's one question. Second question is like if you are
you can add
seeing
all of
this.
it.
See, what Bhargav is hinting is you can just play around. You know,
you can add.
You can add sentiments, right?
Correct. Yeah, you can start.
Less than 20. Okay. Wait, following. Little understanding. Okay. All right. Shall we just stop with that, or do you want?
Yeah. Enter. We'll see what the headline is. Then we'll go and then add. I need to add one more after that. But enter. Submit, please. Let's see. Dynamics
that was pretty positive for NYT.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. Okay. Now
they have a South India bias.
I can't go.
Okay. So one question is like, VC, can you go to the prompt? Scroll up to the.
Okay, let's say with a focus on history. Let's say, all right.
Edit.
Okay. With a focus on its history. Again, save and submit, or?
Okay. No. This is okay. It didn't change. In the next one, let's go to the next tab, and then send the message. Right? Let's create a new message. Send the message. No. On the right, on bottom. Okay. Rewrite the above. Rewrite the above in the style of Times of India. Don't use. Wait. No. Don't use any fancy words. It should be understood by tier 2 people who don't fully comprehend English. Okay, let's understand what it is. Southern splendor, unveiling the tapestry of South India. So this is what I expect. So splendor, tapestry, and all clueless, no? So
Mhm.
let's just go save and submit. Okay. Same thing. See the difference?
No, but let's say I again change this to New York Times, okay?
Yeah. No, this is now New York. Don't that you're giving in New York. You biased it. Use a different Wall Street Journal or The Economist. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's kind of similar. The Wall
Right.
Street Journal didn't matter
Right.
because the one that came later took precedence, right? Tier
But
2.
question, so this prompt, I wanted it to focus more on the history, but that didn't happen, right?
You can.
So if
No,
you look
it's
at,
all history, right? History, economics trend. That's what it's telling, right?
there was some talk about, if you look at it, there is some reference to some dynasties here, right? Okay, let me be very specific, but focus on its dynasties, okay? On its,
Otherwise, make it reverse. We have some 5 or 6 reverse,
But
right?
also add the number of words. Maybe add 50 words because 20 might be hard.
all right, okay, 50 words.
Don't do headline, no? Okay, just rename the headline to. Go
Oh,
up.
yeah, okay. All right.
So that's
Headline to like change it to
all those things.
TLDR.
Because headline has a specific meaning. You need to
Yeah.
come with. You need to come with a.
A summary,
You need to summarize. You need to summarize.
the summary of the following blurb.
No, you need to summarize the following blurb.
Okay. In less than 50 words for an American audience, understand, with the focus on its dynasties, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Choras, Vijayanagara. Right.
Yeah.
Yep, got it.
Okay. Awesome. Good. We are done in. We have time. Okay. Already we passed time. Okay, can you stop sharing? We'll go
Yeah,
to
sure.
use case. Okay, I thought we'll finish all the use cases, but looks
I
like
have one question.
yeah, yes.
If you share your screen, the last sentence,
One moment.
grammatically, also the meaning.
Yeah.
Give me a moment. Yeah.
So in the last prompt, sorry, the answer. So here, despite its colonial past, which is a negative, like it's trying to indicate a positive thing, but the last sentence, it has the lowest fertility rate. That is a negative thing, right?
Why?
No, that's very positive. Lowest fertility means very few births per woman.
Okay.
That's a very positive
For
thing.
the country. Okay.
As
Yeah,
Anand Kumar will tell, think Nitish Kumar.
It's like 10 people being born as against 2 people being born to a woman, to a female, right?
Number of
Births per.
offsprings per women is the fertility rate, not for men, for women. So that's what fertility rate.
Okay, understood.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Let's let me share my screen. Okay, we saw text summarization. There's a lot more, but okay, we'll continue that. We need to extract information. Give a text and extract something specific from that text. Okay, that's the task. Okay, I'm going to pick. So is the power back in hostel? Sandhya, Shweta.
Yes, Bhargav.
Not for you. Okay. Okay, Sanjay will do.
Okay,
Sanjay, are you possible?
let me share the same.
Wait,
We'll work
yeah.
with the same.
No.
No?
So can you share your screen? I'll tell you what I want you to do. Can you share your screen, please?
You're asking Sandhya or me?
I asked VC to do it.
All right. Yeah. Give me a moment.
Currently, I can sign in using my PC.
Can you
So
scroll?
shall I?
Give me a
shall
moment.
I
Sir.
One
Give
minute,
me a
Sanjay.
moment, Sandhya. Yeah.
Can you scroll up? Can you scroll all the way up?
Yeah. One moment.
No, the above you see default there is a up arrow, right, on the top right, in the same line as default GPT 3. Yeah, can you publish it? Copy link. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then stop sharing and then post it on Telegram.
Or Zoom is final.
No, post it on Telegram. This is like this is the link for this chat. This is the link.
All right.
You can always know. So we'll know what we worked on today.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Sanjay, will you be able to do it?
Yes, sir, but I can't share my screen and also turn on my video simultaneously. At the
That's
same
okay.
time.
That's okay. Switch off your video. Just share your screen.
Okay, sir.
Oh, okay. You can't do both at the same time. That's okay.
Since I'm
Just
using
share it.
phone.
That's okay.
They can use the same text, right? Why the same South India text? Let's work with that.
Sure. You just need to click on the link that we see posted on Telegram.
Are you sharing, Sandhya?
So sorry. Yeah, it's coming. You're on mobile. No. It'll be painful on mobile. Typing on mobile is hard. Sanjay, it's okay. We'll have someone else do it. It'll be hard on mobile. I can tell you that.
Abhinav, are you there?
PC, I too do it in the mobile PC.
Okay.
Anyone else who's using a laptop? Shirisha, do you have access to ChatGPT?
I'm using a laptop. I have access.
All right, good. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, we will go quickly to coding also. Please ensure you log in from.
I have a doubt here. We usually have this command call like continue this conversation, right? But now it's showing upgrade to plus.
Correct. They've done some new rollout. That's okay.
Yeah.
Can you open the link, Srisha? That
Yeah, I've already opened it.
where is it? Yeah.
This one, right? No.
No, not this.
This one. Yeah.
Can you copy the line? Can you copy the text? No, not the first line. Just South India, also known as Peninsular India. Can you copy it all the way?
All the way down.
Okay, all the way down. Okay.
All the way, just that text, like the 3 paragraphs that you pasted.
Okay.
Copy, and then come to your ChatGPT, the last tab. Yeah. Now let's write. Yeah.
Should I take a new session?
Yeah, you can start a new session. Sure. Okay. Now write the prompt. So you need to extract some specific information from this text.
Yeah. So we have to give it a role, right?
But let's first understand what we want to extract.
Okay.
Let's say the name of the dynasties, a few dynasties that ruled South India, something like that.
Correct. That'll work. See, good question. Okay. Let's extract all the major dynasties
So we have to define a role, right? Initially, after that.
So here you're just doing an information extraction, right? So
Okay.
here none of those things matter.
Okay.
So it's an easy task for you. Just pick.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, ChatGPT is not judging here in a way, right?
Okay.
It's merely extracting.
Okay.
See,
Extract.
okay, you will have to. Okay, so this is okay. You type and then I'll tell you. Always do simple present as much as possible. Okay. So you will have to extract can just be replaced with extract.
Extract,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
You don't need.
Extract the names of the dynasties that ruled South India from the following blurb, something like that.
Yeah.
And then just paste it. Paste the
That ruled.
ruled.
I mean, generally it's not. It'll pick it up, but shift enter, and then control V.
And okay.
One more shift enter.
Yeah.
Now enter. Now run.
Scroll down. Did it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It is perfect. Wait.
Wonderful. Perfect.
You didn't use ChatGPT an hour ago. Now you know it.
But the rivers have to be there. Let's see what happens. I don't think the
reverse
rivers are
from the
there.
above blurb. Reverse above from the above blurb.
Blurb.
Enter.
Correct.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, awesome. So this thing didn't require a whole bunch of things because information extraction generally is very, very, very simple and straightforward. Okay.
This has nothing to do with LLM, right? In a way.
Why?
Just asking. I mean, you've given the text.
No, it uses LLM to extract. We don't need LLMs to do this work, but here it uses an LLM to extract the stuff.
Okay.
So when we have one, we try to find as many use cases as possible, right? You can also go and use in other ways, but this is a simpler way to doing it.
So it's like you can actually give the content of a book and then kind of do a search, literally, right? So with an LLM, right?
We'll do all of those things. We'll build all of those things. Okay, that's one of the expectation in now. We'll learn, understand. So, okay, I wanted to do a lot more today. I want to do 7 use cases and then do a coding. But I think at this pace, I want each one of you to write a prompt so that we're all on the same page on how to write prompts. In this week, if you're not on the same page, then optimizing.
I think Bhargav, we can ask our folks to write it and then paste it in the Telegram group. Now that you've told us how to.
Correct. So now everyone knows how to do that. I'll give you.
Just send the use cases.
I'll give you some use cases. I'll probably not do all 7. Some use cases I want to do it in the class. I'll do in, for example, code generation I want to do in the class. We'll do that in the next class. It's super important for all of us to do. But except that I'll give you some use cases. You have to generate and then you have to paste the link of your. So you know how to generate the link from ChatGPT. Paste the link, and then we'll see how everyone has done, and then we'll review it in the next class. So then we'll.
Yeah, Sirisha, can you just paste the link? The one that
already pasted.
Oh, wonderful.
That's fast.
Yeah. Okay, good. You have.
Okay, thanks everyone. I'm going to stop recording, then we'll talk.